Is of the week, not nurse of the week. We have two nurses of the week, and this first nurse of the week, Gillian Taylor. I chose her when I saw her story pop up. I was like, I have to talk about her, coming off of the heels from going to my Forbes Under 30 Summit, which another video which you guys should check out. Had an absolute blast there. It was fantastical. But I chose her because she's an innovator. She's an entrepreneur. And she's a nurse. So what did she do? Gillian Taylor came up with the idea for a patient transfer scale. Yes, it's a scale. It's a scale that you can weigh the patient on while you're transferring them over. And this is believed to be the first of its kind in the world. Nurses, you're awesome. Gillian, god damn it. Gold, lady. Gold. If you don't know, healthcare providers, you guys know, but for those who aren't healthcare providers, the only way you can weigh people that are immobile, and this is very paraplegic, just that can't stand up on their feet, had knee surgery, whatever the situation, if the patient is immobile, the only way you're able to do this weight is by doing a bed scale and or a Hoyer lift hoist scale. Some hospitals have that, some don't. Some facilities have it, some don't. And the reason the bed scales is a shitty way to go ahead and weigh people is because you have to be super defined. Like it's just very finicky. Number one, it's hard, it's cumbersome, it's a whole process. Because you have to zero it, and if they're on the bed, you have to take them off the bed, then zero it, then put. It's a process. It's a problem. It makes things impossibly hard. With the hoist lift, not every health facility has it, and that also is a whole cumbersome thing. You need two nurses, it's just impossible to take care of, right? Gillian was quoted by saying, I realized that if a patient is weighed as they are transferred to a bed using a transfer board, they can be weighed quickly without wasting any time. I love that. It's pre-mass production because they just made enough for these 30 hospitals to use. They're going to give some feedback. They're going to do some finicky final touches to it. And then it'll go on sale mass. A ton of hospitals are already all about it. And it's a beautiful thing. I think it's a fantastic thing. And it's great because us nurses, we see all of these devices that non-nurses make for patient care. So when we see it in use, sometimes the idea makes sense, and yeah, it might go through the trials, but in the day-to-day function, they don't come out as well as expected. The function isn't as great as the idea; it just doesn't go. But when you have nurses see it from a different perspective, they're like, holy shit, we use these transfer boards in all of these emergent situations. It would be fantastic if we had a transfer board that had a scale on it. Imagine the EMTs came through the door and the transfer board that they use to put the patient on, or the transfer board you use when you're getting a patient from the ED, the ICU, whatever, could just weigh the patient, and you didn't have to worry about, oh, can you have them stand for a second? Are they able to stand? Can we get the Hoyer real quick? It's impossible. And then the cherry on top of all of this, right? Because we all know we want to be great nurses, but these are the kind of details that a lot of us forget. So research has shown that many patients admitted to a hospital do not have a weight recorded, with a significant proportion not weighed at all. Right? So a lot of these patients will not be weighed, and they'll just be guesstimating, or the patient will tell you, I weigh 110 pounds, I weigh 300 pounds, right? And they'll just take that in. And a whole lot of patients just don't get weighed at all. But if it's on a transfer board used at 1,000,000 times a day, it just makes it super simple, super easy, and super efficient. Efficient. Gillian, you're a nurse of the week. Your entrepreneurship, your engineering skills, your nursing skills, your keen eye for these kind of things is fantabulous. I love it. You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate this. If you guys were informed or educated in any way, shape, or form by these stories, please hit that like button. If you liked my presentation of the news, I really suggest you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know every time Q the Nurse drops some hot, fresh press news. Thank you. Catch you next week. Deuces.